open doors where I am now. Where I am now, I'm in a special place. I'll tell you all the place where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. Where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to www.1350am.com, go to church webcast, click and listen live. Or you can go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and you can see us live right here in the studio. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3, WMVA 88.9, WGPL 1350, and WPCE.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. We have 2 channels over there on YouTube. One is Cristo Records 1, Cristo Records 1, or at FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. Make sure you like, share, comment. Please subscribe to both of those channels, and also subscribe to our channels here on Facebook and Twitter and et cetera, and we promise we will shout you out.
Shout out.
Mr. E!
Yes.
What day is it today?
Today is Hump Day.
Okay, that's a different hump day, but it will suffice.
Yep.
This is the middle of the week. You all should be up and popping. I know I am. Even though I tell you what, in the Hampton Roads area, it is definitely humid outside. Nevertheless, it's the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Life is too short. So anyway, today, FYI Wednesday segment, what's under the hat issues concerning men. But I'm telling you, this information will apply to ladies as well. But we're going to talk about generational wealth, what it is, why it is, and what you should do about it. Mr. E, what do you think about the topic? Or what do you know about generational wealth? What is it?
Well, generational wealth is a great topic for folks to know whether you're planning your money and how to refer to yourself as with the finances, financial assets. Wealth accumulates by the family that is passed down from one generation to the next generation, often including real estate investment and other valuable assets. This transfer of wealth provides future generations with a foundation for financial security, opportunities, potentially breaking the cycle of poverty and creating a lasting legacy.
Absolutely. Do you hear people talking about generational wealth a lot around your circles? Or, I know that sometimes when I'm looking at TD Jakes and them, they really push push generational wealth, why it's important, why we should pass down things to our children. I want to say good morning to Miss Sheila Robbins, all you all that are on. Make sure you say something in the chat so we can recognize you. But there are some things that, what it is, it tells you exactly what it is in our research. Assets. Generational wealth encompasses various assets like cash, stocks, bonds, real estate, and other investments that are transferred from one generation to their heirs. Why is that important, though, Mr.
Well, it is important because there are so many folks that has generational curses where the generational wealth, generational curses say they don't want to be broke like mom and dad and them. They want to purchase homes and houses and have money. So they breaking the cycle and learning more about how to get out of debt so they won't be just like other folks in their family so they can have generational wealth. See, generational wealth is what you look at now when you look at the difference between the older generation and the newer generation. As you look at the first, what they call the first baby generation of X, approach the 60th birthday, a massive generational transfer of wealth has already begun. With American wealth increase under new management, our 2024 studies of the Wealth American revealed how viewpoints differ across generations and across wealthy journeys, meaning the life paths that brought people to wealth. When you look at generational wealth, you're looking at the difference between my mom and them and what's happening now. You know,
Yeah. I mean, that's possible. But you know, I think that's right. I mean, people now are richer than they ever have.
that's right.
African American people are richer than they ever been. If we could just pinpoint a certain culture, but people have been passing down things for years and years and years and years. Sometimes it may not be billions and millions like people can do now, but it's been something. You've gotten wealth of some kind passed down from your people. Now, I kind of like think mothers, our great great grandmothers that had so many children that they divided the spoils, and it may not have been as much, but there are certain things that they have given us. They have passed down. I can think of my grandmother passing down land, passing down assets. Her and my grandfather, my mom passing down assets, land, and stuff like that. And it was seven of us. And I'm just saying that, sometimes it may not be like it can be now, but I'm saying people have been passing down certain things. I think it's not just land and money or cash. It could be jewelry. It could be, in my book, knowledge, information. Things that people don't see as great or valuable. But there are so many things that you can put under this heading. Uh,
That's right. You can put a lot of things under this heading, like providing future
mhm.
generations with a foundation of a financial security. You can give them opportunity, potentially breaking the cycle of poverty and creating a lasting legacy. You can get them wisdom, stocks, bonds. You can give them houses. You can give them cars. You can give them something that is of value to you,
Yes.
to them, that will help them to cherish, to not be going into some other event with just saying, I don't know anything.
Yes, it also includes non-financial, like I said, assets like education, skills, social connections, which can significantly impact future generations' ability to thrive. And then the long-term impact, the primary goal is to provide future generations with a financial advantage, enabling them to pursue opportunities and potentially improve their overall well-being.
And that's what it's all about, giving something, giving some wisdom. Let me take you under my. Before I leave here, I want to leave you with something
Mhm.
of value, something that's going to help you along the way. That's generational wealth. It's
Mhm.
wealth that will help folks, to your children, your sons, your daughters, your
Yes.
grandchildren, to be able to sustain, be able to walk, not go into life tore up from the floor. I remember grandmama told me this valuable story. Said, "Listen, don't uh, 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 don't take no wooden nickels, but here's a good nickel." Just like some grandparents. Some parents tell their children, make sure you take this 35 cent or 25 cent or 10 cent
Yes.
and sit on it, and just in case you need it, you got it. There's a lot of
Yes.
family members out there that tell their family members that always keep $100 in your
Mhm.
wallet.
Mhm.
That's wisdom.
Yes.
So just in case you get broke, you get in a bind, you always have some finances to get you home.
Always have that what the emergency fund and
That's
things
right.
like
That's
that.
wisdom.
But yeah, passing down information to our children is key. I think all the time, and we can rewind to the time of the prodigal son and his daddy, and the fact that, of course, love and forgiveness is one of the key lessons. But look at this story, because sometimes when you have built wealth without that lesson going down to the next generation, you can find somebody really taking and destroying the wealth that's been built up, or their portion of the wealth that's been given to them. The prodigal son says, I want to get out. It's time for me to go. I'm grown. And he says, give me my portion. Let me have
Right.
my mine. Give me my money. Give me my money. And the dad was like, you want what? Okay, here it is, going out there. But something happened. He had all the money in the whole wide world. I mean, he had great wealth his father had given him. But he didn't have understanding and education of the world. And then he mismanaged his money. He threw it away on things that don't amount to anything. And that's sometimes we can do that now, Mr. E, is throw away or invest in things that don't even appreciate. They depreciate as soon as you get them. They have no value in them. And so these lessons are key. I don't know where it went wrong. I know the mindset has a lot to do with money and wealth and building wealth. But this young man, all he wanted to do was have it and go out there, and did not have the understanding or vision. And that's another thing that's needed. When you are, someone gives you money and they pass it down, you have to have vision. They had vision. They had enough something in them to go out there and build it. Now you are responsible for keeping this wealth going down to each generation. You have to be educated. You have to have a vision. You have to have some sense. And so this son went out there and he just spent it on riotous living and nothing that had any kind of appreciation. These What he did, what he spent it on, didn't value to nothing. So he had to come back to his father and beg for. And he didn't have to beg because his father showed that love and that forgiveness. And I'm hoping from there he was taught how to now deal with that money so he could pass it down to generation. And so here we are now. We have to do the same thing. We have to build, first of all, assets for our generation under us. Sometimes people don't even think of it. They say, well, I'm living my life, I'm spending every dime I got. I forget the next generation, they'll get theirs. You even have some millionaires and billionaires say, I'm not giving them, I'm not passing them the wealth. They got to get their own. But you're giving them something. You've got to give them the education. You've got to give them something in order for them to survive and do on their own.
And that's what a lot of folks are not doing. They not taking the time out to teach the lesson. You know, again, you use the prodigal son. The prodigal son, he know that he had money set aside,
Hmm.
but someone had, you know, had always, he looked on the other side of the fence and saw that there was a highlight, but nobody never told him that that kind of living, if he don't know how to manage what he got, he's going to always be back to square one, broke and busted. You
Hmm.
know, if young folks today, generational A, B, and C, doesn't learn the lesson that old
Yes.
folks used to take them underneath their wings and want to teach you some things. Let me teach you how to bake a cake from scratch. Let me give you the family recipe for some goulash. Let me
Mm.
teach you some things of how to spend your money, the value
Yes.
of money. Make sure you keep a good pair of shoes. Make sure you keep a suit in the closet. These are some valuable tools that they're given to you that you're gonna need later on in life. If our generations get young generations get to the point where they don't want to accept what you have, and now they got to fall flat on your face. I have a
Mm.
son, my baby boy, Isaiah. All he knew to me, and I had to tell him, I don't want to hear that word no more. I got this. I got this. I got this. Because I'm trying to give him a lesson that life, that you just can't think that life is like a big bowl of Cheerios that you can eat the circles and don't have no crumbs. You got to put some stuff aside. So he went out there, did what he had to do, and then I changed his name from Isaiah to being a gypsy because he did not take on the value of paying your rent or paying anybody. And I don't know where young folks get that concept from that I pay half of my rent and then the other half later on. But now he got it. And now he had to come back to the bargaining table. And now, since he learned his lesson, you can't beat him learning how to continue to use what he got in a great way.
That's why education is key. We've got to teach our children. We've got to let them shadow us. We've got to teach them about finances, bills, about work, because that's key. In building wealth, you have to work.
That's right.
And so you've got to be responsible for your money. These are things that they should be seeing. These are things that we should be showing them. We should be building assets in some way or another. And you'd be surprised what assets are. You all, I know we talked about the cash and the this and that, but there are so many things that we can use as assets. But we are responsible for starting our children young and passing down the things that we've learned about money, the mistakes we've made, because
That's
we've
right.
made mistakes. And so, those things that we can teach them the good and the bad, and they can learn from us, and they can actually avoid some things that we've done in passing down wealth. Mr. E, you did some research. Do you think that this generation here has learned great lessons and they are preparing themselves to pass down to the next generation?
You know, Miss Hinton, as I did the survey, I found out that the older generation and the younger generations are surprisingly far apart from many investment issues.
Mm.
I found out that when the young generations ages from 24 21 to 43, their mindsets are not like people that are ages from 44 and plus on up. See, at ages 44 plus, their mindset is on real estate investments. Their
Mhm.
mindset is 41%, 32% of the older folks talk about investing in real estate, investing in a home, investing in that
Mhm.
American dream and buy you a house. But 31% of the young folks, they're talking about it just 1% off of real estate investment. But here's another thing that really blows the minds of many. This money that we got coming out, that and we're going to be doing a show on this new money that
Yes.
it's called the
Crypto.
crypto
Yes.
digits, the crypto
Currency. Yes.
digits access. 4% of ages 44 plus is only concerned about the crypto access,
Wow.
and 28% is young folks from 21 to 43. 28% of them thinking about crypto and digital access. 26% of the young people are private equity, where there is 15% of the seniors are thinking about private equity.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to personal company brands, only 24% of the young folks are personal company brands. But when it comes down to that not even on the list.
Mm-hmm.
See, because these are some of the things that we thought at the age of 44 plus is valuable because of the lesson that we learned early in our lives. But by young folks coming up in the same generation as we are, see a new day, a new way of investing that might bring them some digits or some money or some value to them.
Yes.
We have 12% of people were thinking about stocks and bonds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that stocks and bonds would have been very high, but the young folks still got 17% still thinking about stock bonds, and with stocks, 41% of ages 44 plus. Now,
Yeah.
this survey was done in 2024 by a lady named from a Bank of America named Kat Cox, who said that the United States stock ages 44 and plus, they gave 41% on stocks and 12% on bonds. Well, the new generation from ages 21 on up to 43, 17% on bonds and 14% on stock. So the value has changed with the young folks when you're looking at bonds and stocks.
But a lot of people need to start with the basics. And if you think about it, our mom, our grandma, and them, they started, first of all, a lot of them started by having savings at home. Then they began to be able to get bank accounts and things like that. And start with things like savings, teaching them about saving money, working, saving some of that money. Eventually you can go into other things. These are things that you should talk to them about: stocks and bonds. Talk to them about investing. Talk about cryptocurrency. We have a segment that we're going to have in September: cryptocurrency, money, and more. Talking more about what that's all about. We have a president who is really into this cryptocurrency. Is going to build this thing wherein, hey, that's going to be one of the things that's going to go along with the money that we have now, the physical money we have now, the gold and the silver and stuff like that. Cryptocurrency is going to be a part of that. Information and knowledge about money, about making money, about preserving money, about taxes, about investing, about insurance. That was one thing, Mr. E, that our families always, if they didn't have nothing else, they put insurance, right?
That's right.
They knew that was key in, hey, when I go, there's going to be something left. And they really, really, I know my mother, my grandmother, and great grandma, all they believe in insurance and things like that.
Well, this generation, they are lost because they don't believe in insurance. I was a young lad, and I said, well, why should I have insurance? What is the purpose of me having insurance? And I'm going to outlive my insurance policy. But I was a little blind. I was a little naive, thinking that I did not need insurance. As life continues to go on, we find out that later on you gonna need some type of insurance, some type of stock, some type of bond. I remember back in the days of old, they used to have stamps, American little stamps that you buy, and saving bonds that you have back in the days of old. In military, they did the same thing. Them bonds had great value. They was had a great value if you held them for such a long time,
Yeah,
and then you can also cash them in.
absolutely.
And so now when we look at insurance, there are so many other folks that our youngins don't think that they need insurance. But let me serve notice on you young folks. Look, young graves are going faster than old graves. You know, they would say that the old would take care, the young supposed to bear the old, but now the old is now bearing the young folks. So now you got to have insurance so you can leave your teeny tots something that wouldn't cause them to be in a financial struggle.
Again, the primary goal is to provide future generations with a financial advantage, enabling them to pursue opportunities and potentially improve their overall well being. Why does this matter? Financial security, of course. Generational wealth provides a safety net, offering financial stability and reducing reliance on individual income. You know, you got to break the cycle of poverty by providing a head start. It can help families escape cycles of poverty and create opportunities for advancement. You want to give your children that chance to improve and go forward
That's
and
right.
not suffer some things that we have in the past. Building a legacy, it allows families to leave a lasting impact, supporting future generations and potentially contributing to their communities. But you got to have a strategic plan. You've got to plan for generational wealth and passing it down. Some of the potential challenges, though, is of wealth is erosion can occur through various factors, including financial mismanagement, inflation, taxation. So, strategic planning is crucial for preservation.
That's right. When you look at the erosion, mismanagement, you said, inflation and taxation and strategy planning, when you look at these things that are coming your way, taxes are going up, the tariff.
Yes,
Now folks are now knowing about, you know, tariff and taxes. Now they're looking at inflation, eggs,
yes.
and that's what they call inflation. One time you can go to the store, and here's the thing that blew my mind the other day is I saw a man buying a pack of cigarettes, 20
Mm-hmm.
cigarettes in a pack
Mm-hmm.
for $10 and some change.
Ooh,
And I
wow.
remember when I was a little lad, cigarettes was only 25 cents a pack. And now they went from being 25 cents a pack to now $10 a
Absolutely.
pack. And folks are still, they'll buy a cigarette before they buy a drink of water. So
Absolutely.
this erosion can happen to you in life. Mismanagement.
Mhm.
You don't plan how to use your finance. You can mismanage your money. The prodigal son mismanaged his money when he left his daddy's home.
Absolutely. Look, how to build it financial literacy. Like we said now, you can learn. It's so much information out here.
Understanding, yeah.
It is so many things that you can do. Understanding personal finance, budgeting, and investing is foundational to building wealth and passing it on. Strategic investing, diversifying investments, including stocks, bonds, real estate, can help generate consistent returns over time. Estate planning, creating a will and trust and considering tax implications can ensure smooth transfer of wealth to future generations. And of course, this is always key giving back, incorporating philanthropy into a wealth management strategy can provide tax benefit and instill values of giving back.
You know, Miss Hinton, when we look at it, we got to know what the value of money may be. The value of a dollar is only 52 cents. So you know if the dollar is valued at 52 cents, and what can you buy for a dollar? For a dollar.
Mm,
And now it done went up. So it's now 98 cents. You almost get a dollar for a dollar.
mhm.
So now you got to know the value of a dollar so that you be able to spend your money wisely and not
Absolutely.
be caught up in mismanagement inflation, taxation, and you got to have a strategic plan.
Absolutely.
It's critical this day and time for preservation. Learn how to save.
I tell you what, on our FYI After Dark in September, you can join us for cryptocurrency, money, and more, learning more about money, what you can do, how to pass down generational wealth, how to survive right now in this economy, and more. So, look to hear that announcement. Mr. Jason Baker is going to be our special guest. And so we'll be here telling you how you can survive in the world today with an economy like it is today. Look, be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you on Fun Friday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, this FYI radio show. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or you can go into Facebook Live, into inboxes at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Mr. Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or you can email us your email if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor. Email us your email and we'll email you back. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WPC 1400, WGPL 1350, WGPL Peaks 1350, WMVA 88.9, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
All right. Generational wealth. I'm telling you, it's time for us to take it serious, and we can give our children, our youngins, a great start on in life. We can educate them and make them where they can survive. Not like the prodigal son, not being beat up and had to be taught a heavy lesson, but not waiting to get the things that he needed along with money to survive. We've got some great upcoming shows. I just mentioned our cryptocurrency, money, and more. Mr. Jason Baker said he's going to be ready in September to come and talk with us about that. Also, around the town with Edward Everett, we're going to get back live, and he's going to do community news and events. I'm going to do hot topics. Yolanda Hinton hosts. We'll do hot topics. And also relationships. We've got to talk about relationships. It's very important because people are in relationships. And that's another thing. People need to have knowledge and information about how to really be in relationships, how to get out of relationships, how to survive in relationships of all kinds, interpersonal relationships, not just the love thing, with the male and female or whatever. We're talking about relationships as a whole, mom and daughter, daughter and children, man and woman, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be talking about relationships. Don't forget, FYI Monday Sports Talk, and our Wednesdays, What's Under the Hat, Men Issues. Join us on Fun Friday. We're going to talk about school and bus safety. That's key. Kids are getting ready to go back. Some of them are already back, but we want to make sure parents have a chance to hear some of the things that they should keep in mind when it comes to school and bus safety. Look, we'll be serving some tea eventually, and we want you to continue to follow us on social media. You can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI Radio Show. Mr. E has the tea.
To be a special guest, intern, or sponsor, or if you want to be live on this great FYI radio show, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us or email us at FYIRadioShowLive@gmail.com. If you email us your email, we'll email you back to let you know you can be a guest, our audience, or you can let us know if you got any information that you would love to see on FYI Radio Show. All you have to do is email us and we'll email you back. And we thank you so much for tuning in.
Absolutely. KAYYE365 on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. Sheila Robbins, good morning, beautiful. And all you all that are on, thank you for coming on with us, sharing with us, and for your support. We're going to see you on Fun Friday. You all have a blessed and wonderful, wonderful day.
Bye now. 2 up, 2 down. VA.